Hello, Lobo fans. Welcome into your Lobo Coaches Show with the New Mexico head football coach, Danny Gonzales. I'm Robert Portnoy. Coach G, congratulations. What a victory for your team. Comprehensive performance, 42-21 over Hawaii.
I've been talking about if we could put 60 minutes together, we might have a chance to have a decent football team, and I thought we did Saturday. The last couple minutes, we put some young guys in there, and they were able to march down the field and get some yards and points, but the game was well decided by then, and I thought early on, we took it to them. Now, we created turnovers. That was the difference between us on defense this year and last year. We took the ball away 4 times, and our offense did a great job with it.
The defense was really good. About 130 yards of offense for Hawaii in their last 2 possessions. One of those even ended in a pick.
It did. I mean, Jamaris had made a nice play. Jamaris made 2 nice plays on the night. Zach Morris got it started. I think we hit Braden 16 times, which was the idea, and we sacked him twice. 1 sack fumble by Jamaris also. So we did what we wanted to do. And then, like I said, we started out 6 for 6 on offense. I mean, you're going to win a bunch of games if you can do that.
Coach, talking about the offense and scoring on their possessions at the start of the game, right out of the gate. Let's talk about the first possession of the second half, because you did something before the game even started that you haven't done since you were the Lobo head football coach.
We deferred. I mean, when we had to win a coin toss. We've only won 1 of the 6. Dylan won, they called it, they missed it, so we got to defer, and it changed the momentum. We went out and got a 3-and-out on defense, and then we started the second half with a beautiful drive.
That beautiful drive chewed up 7 minutes, got you 7 more points, and your offense at that point, save for that 1 possession at the end of the first half, has scored a touchdown on every drive, Coach.
It was before our 6th drive that we had a penalty that we stopped ourselves. Like you said, taking away the last run of the first half. We gave them a little bit of momentum. We let them get that touchdown to make it 28-14. We had them on a 3rd down, the only 3rd down they converted all night, and they ended up getting a touchdown out of it. But the offense answered 35-14, and we kept going.
So if the second half key was the Lobos' first possession on offense in the 3rd quarter, certainly to start the game, the key, I thought, you had a great first drive against San Jose State. You get almost to the red zone, and then penalties kill that drive. This time, you paid off your first possession with a touchdown.
You know, we eliminated the dead ball penalties. We only had 3 on Saturday. And we still had too many penalties, and some of them are aggressive nature. That doesn't bother me. The PI at the end of the game, it is what it is. But the dead ball stuff we eliminated. It didn't come and haunt us until the game was out of hand. So we got to continue to eliminate them, period. But I thought we did a better job.
So while the game was still not decided, penalties not an issue. But I do want to ask you about one before we get a break. Mahala Santorineos, your outstanding outside backer. What about the targeting call on him?
Led with the crown of his helmet. He got the guy right in the midsection with the crown of his helmet. So we went through the appeal process, but he'll miss the first half next week.
So it's about dropping the head there.
It is. So he didn't hit the guy in the head, but you can't lead with the crown of your helmet. This top from 6 inches below, you can't lead with that. And his head came down as the guy did. He didn't spear him, but he got him with the crown, and so they called it targeting. That upheld, and the appeal was. I mean, we did the paperwork, but he's not going to play in the first half on Saturday, which is too bad.
Thanks for bringing the prop. Okay,
Always.
We come back after this timeout. First half highlights of the Lobos' rout against Hawaii. We're back on your Lobo Coaches Show with the head coach at New Mexico, Danny Gonzales. I'm Robert Portnoy. Coach G, let's take a look at first half highlights of the Lobos' rout of Hawaii.
Well, we came out early. We got them into a 3rd down. We did a nice job. We dropped 8, and I thought our guys played really aggressive on Saturday. And we were able to get off the field and give the ball to the offense, which we wanted to do once we deferred. And then the offense put together a great drive.
Put together a great drive, and I thought the balance that you guys had on offense was terrific, Coach.
Well, you saw that first jet sweep with Caden Pope. Caden can fly. So we got him on the perimeter. All those plays were positive plays. There was a big catch in getting the upfield by DJ Washington. And then a great throw and a great catch by Jeremiah with Dylan on the run. I mean, he put this ball right on the sideline. Jeremiah brought it in and keep moving the chains.
Boy, the Hopkins to Hickson connection has been fantastic, hasn't it?
It's been really good. And then I thought both Bill and Andrew, and Zach for that matter, I thought they all did a really nice job in the backfield on Saturday. Here's the first one right there. What a throw by Dylan, and Jeremiah came up within the end zone. I mean, Jeremiah's hard to cover in space, and Coach V did a great job of getting him in position where we liked the matchup we were in, and we were able to expose it.
And Dylan, completion percentage, phenomenal. He is so accurate, Coach.
I mean, 20-25, I mean, that's who Dylan is. I mean, he's got a laser precision arm. This was the first one of the year, unfortunately, for us, an interception. Zach's got to be a little bit better with the ball at the end, but that's okay. I mean, I'm talking about the return, not the ball security. But new territory for us, really nice job, and I think that was what we needed just to get it going, because we're going to get a couple more later.
Zach Morris is your team leader in pass breakups. He has the first pick for your team of the year. You would have 3 in this game, and there's number 2, Andrew Dalla Henry. You talked about him. He had his best game as a Lobo.
He did. He's finally healthy. There's Devin right there with the quarterback run, but Andrew's finally healthy. On that first run you saw, I thought he ran out of bounds. He said the guy pushed him. Later on, you're going to see him lower his helmet and try and get a few extra yards, which is our expectation. What a big third down catch by Zach Vigil to get the first down. Dylan dumped it off to him. Really nice job. And then we got Devin back out there and get down close to the goal line, and then we just got to put it in. What a great job right here by Devin to stay alive.
I love the hustle of your O-line to get down and help Vigil get across the line to gain.
Oh, and that stuff is, hopefully they keep landing on the game because I think it's fun. Another run right there by Devin. Trace kind of came off of Trace's block right there, but Devin got down to the 1, and then Dylan to RD, another touchdown, so we're up 14-0.
RD's first career touchdown. He's been in a bowl victory, a couple of them actually for UAB, but he never gotten in the end zone. He does it for the Lobos.
He does, and that was a really nice job of execution. I mean, a little rub route right there. I call it cheating, but they don't call it, so this was a big play. Stephen McBride can run. We sent a corner blitz from the other side, so we're in man coverage. Dante missed the initial tackle, but great effort by Christian Ellis to get across there. Unfortunately, they get a tip ball right here, and they were able to come up with it to make it 14-7.
Sometimes you need a little luck. They were definitely lucky there. I'll say this, Coach, Christian Ellis, I know he had an angle, but he showed me some speed there tracking down McBride.
He can, because Stephen McBride might be one of the fastest guys in our league. I mean, we have some guys on our team that would argue that, but he can go, and Christian Ellis did a great job of getting down there.
Now, we've talked about Dylan being smart, when to go down and when not to, and that was a nice little scramble he had.
It was, and he got an extra 15 yards because they hit him late. Great job by Andrew Erickson breaking a tackle right there and getting another 20 yards after the catch.
Pump fake, you go backside. You threw to your backs out of the backfield in this one, Coach.
We did. We had some play action. Andrew did a really nice job, him and Zach, of getting open. A really good run here by Andrew Henry. I was hoping he was going to get in the end zone. He will later, but we're going to make Dontrell a little nervous. We're going to keep giving it to Bill when we get down here by the goal line, and Bill gets in the end zone.
I love it, Coach. 2 more. So now he's got 11. He's running down the record holder for rushing touchdowns in a single year, Dontrell Moore.
I know Dontrell, every time we get the ball at the 1, they're like, just leave Andrew in there. I mean, come on. I love it, but we're going to give it to Bill down there because he runs violent. This was, we got a 21-7 lead. We've got to be able to get off the field, which we do here in a second on downs, get off the field and just continue to grow a lead. I thought our guys were playing their tails off on defense. I mean, it was the most that we've had multiple guys at the point of attack all season long, which is good, and a great play right there by Dante Martin.
Pass breakup, now he's only 3 off the mark, career mark for University of New Mexico DBs. And here's Gabe Lopez getting to the quarterback.
You know, it was Gabe did a nice job, made an inside move on a 3-man. We dropped 8 again, took away the initial throw, and then we were able to get to Shager like we had anticipated.
Coach, what about the 2-man front, basically, that you showed here in the first half?
Well, we knew that they were going to have a similar defense at San Diego State last week, and they would have 2 weeks to prepare to block that. So we were just trying to give them a different look. They're not a big run offense. We thought we could take away, with the wide splits that we had, take away the run game with some of our run stunts. We did a pretty good job of that, and it gave them some protection problems. We were able to get to the quarterback quicker, and now you stood up Tyler Keeney and Avery Burton, guys, and what a great run right here by Andrew Henry. But standing those guys up, they got a little bit more tired than they typically do. Boy, he can run when he's out in open space.
You know, he dives into the end zone with a little somersault there. We saw Hickson celebrate a couple of touchdowns. Those are the things that can get flagged, can't they, Coach?
Well, you know what? If you do it as a team, like right there, I mean, the referee came over and said, I mean, if he would have done a flip where he lands on his feet, different than what Andrew did right there. And all those things that they're doing, the Jeremiah dancing and those things, as long as they do it together, they're not going to call him for a penalty. They're swaying a little bit towards allowing them to have some fun. But you're going to see Jeremiah on his next one. He got a little bit close to doing it over the guy. The referee stepped in there and did a great job of officiating. But they're allowing him to have a little bit more fun, which we tell them all the time. If you celebrate together, you have an opportunity to do those things.
There's Jamarius Lewis, number 5, young DB, sophomore, best game of his career, Coach.
He did. He played really good, minus 2 plays. You're going to see one here in a second. This was 1st and 10. They had the ball down there. I thought Dimitri was going to intercept this ball. We got 2 hands on it. Derek Moore, who played as a true freshman right here, you're going to see him reach for it. He tipped it. It went off of Dimitri's hands. If we could have intercepted that ball, we'd have got off the field. Then we got him in 2nd 10. They threw it inside of Jamarius right there. A really good play. Now what I was trying to get Jamarius to do was line up inside leverage on this 3rd and 10. If he lines up inside leverage, he's going to get an interception. But that's all game experience. That's all learning where you're out on the field, knowing what to do, how to do it. They threw it in there. made it 28-14. Now we're going to go into halftime. We split up halftime 1-0. Let's go 1-0 at halftime, and then it's over. Let's move on and see if we can go 1-0 in the second half. And I thought our focus was good for the first 30 minutes.
The Lobos not one, but two Mountain West Player of the Week awards, both offense and defense. Dylan Hopkins, your quarterback, defensive back, Jamarius Lewis.
You know, it's the 7th time in school history that we've done that. We've only swept all 3 once, but it's been a long time. I think it was 2006 the last time we had the 2 major awards, so on offense and defense. So really proud of those guys. But what it does is it just gives them some validity to playing good and doing some statistical things.
All right, we talked about a defining drive for the Lobos in their first possession of the second half. You'll see it next on the Lobo Coaches Show. We're back on your Lobo Coaches Show. It's time to get into second half highlights. The Lobos and Hawaii on homecoming at University Stadium.
Now we'd professed it all week that we had to come out and have a strong drive. We couldn't get behind the chains on penalties or bad plays. And now we just have to move the ball, march it down the field, and see if we could put it in the end zone.
You know, talking with your offensive coordinator, Bryant Vincent, earlier this week, Coach, before this game, he talked about this possession. Like, we need to come out of the locker room and make a statement this week. Boy, you guys did.
We did. I mean, we practiced this one possession numerous times. He went back to having a play sheet and, you know, a script. If we could stay on script, we just march right down the field, and we stayed on script. We marched right down the field. They did a great job. It helped. I mean, the kids practiced it all week long. Devin with a nice run right there. But we were able to get the ball down in scoring position and then finally put it in the end zone.
I can't wait until you guys have put enough zone read with Devin Dampier on tape in the middle of the field. When he pulls it, steps back, and throws one for a 50-yard touchdown, I know it's coming. Coach.
Well, he's got the ability to do it. We were aggressive right here. We went for it on 4th and 1. Nice job by Bill getting the 1.5 yards that we needed. And then once again, we found an opportunity for Jeremiah to be one-on-one in coverage. This is what I'm talking about right there. The referee came over there. He said, don't do that right over the opponent. Do it with your teammates like you did earlier rather. And I thought that this is really good officiating right here. You know, eliminate the problem before we penalize the kids, warn them, and if they do it a second time, then go get them.
Yeah, and Jeremiah realized it immediately, put up the universal sign. I didn't do anything, I won't do it.
Exactly, that's usually when they throw it. I thought we were really good in the secondary. We were playing with some young guys, really physical though, and this is the unfortunate targeting. I mean, he got him right here, you can see right there, the crown of his helmet's what gets him right there in the chest. So they withheld it. He'll be out for the first half of next week, and then we'll get him in the second half.
That's the old see what you hit, right, Coach?
It is. You got to keep your eyes up, and sometimes bodies move, but that one, I thought this was a big play right here. They tried the old tush push, and Tyler Keeney got underneath their center and eliminated the play. They tried to go fast and do it. We got off the field, and then this was the drive, though. We gave up a 3rd down sack. We got behind the chains on 2nd down. Getting behind the sticks where they can send everybody they want to on 3rd down makes it really difficult to move possession, so we had to punt the ball for the first time on the day.
Only 3 punts, I believe, but Aaron Rodriguez hit some bombs in this one, Coach.
You know, minus a guy being 6 for 6 on field goals and kicking a game winner in the UNLV Colorado State game, I thought Aaron had an opportunity to be the Mountain West Conference Special Teams Player of the Week, and we could have swept all 3, which we've only done 1 time. But give that guy credit, UNLV made the game count. But Aaron had a great day. What a great play by Zach Morris right there in the end zone. You know, I talked about earlier in the season, we've got some young DBs that as the season goes along, they'll get better and better, and I think it kind of showed on Saturday. They're definitely improving.
There's no doubt about it. You mentioned the true freshman Derek Moore at the Lobo safety position, and Jamarius Lewis having his best game from the Wolf safety position. Here's another great play in the end zone. You
know, Noah Polagace did a nice job. Derek got cramped up for a minute, so Christian had to go to Lobo. Noah came in, make a nice play, and then here we sent Jamarius off the edge. Great job dipping under the tackle. Nice job getting to the upfield shoulder of the quarterback, causing a sack fumble. Dimitri gets on it. That was a big 4th down stop and another opportunity to give the ball back to our offense.
Here's one of those bombs we were talking about, and this one had him chasing so hard. And when he deflects it right there, now he's got to go get it because it's a live ball. And man, this worked out great for the Lobos.
It did. Great coverage. I mean, we had identified the front. Aaron knew he had to 1-step it. He 1-step punted it. Once we got into the rugby portion of it, the ball went about 90 yards with the roll and everything. And those guys covered it, did a great job. Now, the game is, not yet. We've still got our guys in there. We're trying to keep them off the field. Keep them out of the end zone. The game's not over yet. 35-14, people can come back. What a great play by Jamarius Lewis.
And there's a situation, Coach Ray, where even if you're a step or two behind, stick with it, chase it down. It's a little underthrown, and he makes a great play.
You know, we talked about 7 all week long. When you're a deep half safety, you got to stay on top. Jermaris became the receiver. The ball was a little bit underthrown. He made a great play.
Now, you guys will put the game away on the ground, Coach. We've seen it happen to the Lobos where the opposition does it. San Jose State was able to do it. You bludgeoned Hawai'i in this drive.
We did. We did a nice job, and give credit to Coach Cam and the offensive line. Obviously, Dylan, they didn't hardly touch him but one time on Saturday. And then the running backs, they were able to move the ball down, run through holes, get in space, and make some big plays.
Talk about Andrew Henry's running style. We saw another big one there just a moment ago for number 2.
Andrew's got some speed. He's got some flash inside. Here's a good run by Bill, but once Andrew gets in space, he's hard to tackle. He's got that wiggle out there. I thought those guys had a good 1-2 combination. This is a nice aggressive run right by Bill. Once again, watch, he's gonna get up and put the ball down. Almost, not quite spike it, but his teammates are right there. Those are the kind of things they're allowing us to do, so we're gonna let those guys have some fun.
I think it's great. Let them be individuals a little bit, and as long as they're celebrating with their teammates, it's okay. And we've seen the violent nature that, you know, Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt runs with, but Henry, he's got a little wiggle to him. I really like him.
He does. I mean, and when we can give him the ball on the perimeter and in space, he does some really good things. Great play right there by Derek Moore. I thought this was an unfortunate call, and Bryson, he turned into the receiver. If he just becomes the receiver and go intercepts the ball, they won't call the pass interference. But we put some of our younger guys in at this point in the game. They were able to move the ball a little bit. Minus the 130 yards they had in the last 2 possessions, we held them to about 270, which that was the goal going in, to keep them under 300 yards. They did a great job. That was a big-time play right there by Jermarius Lewis, and we were able to save the victory. 42-14, we knew with 2 minutes to go, they weren't going to have an opportunity to catch up, so we let the freshmen play the last 2 drives, and they got some valuable experience, but we shouldn't give up points.
I just love, though, how hard your team continued to play here at the finish. This is what Hawai'i does with the run and shoot. A lot of underneath throws. You guys were flying to the ball, and it forced them, you know, the entire clock is almost gone by the time they get down in the scoring area.
They did. I was disappointed. That was Jermarius right there. He missed the tackle. They got an extra 25 yards after the tackle, which gave them down in scoring position. And then we made a couple nice plays right here to keep them out of the end zone. I mean, good tackling right here. But the pick route right here that they ran, I mean, it's legit. They throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. You can be on or behind the line of scrimmage, and you can pick them downfield all you want. So they did a nice job. We were in man coverage thinking they might try and run it with 0. Probably a stupid call because there was only 6 seconds left, and if they didn't have any timeouts. But they gave their guys a chance with the pick route. They put it in the end zone, and game over. We win 42-21.
Okay, Coach, so explain that again for the fans. The pass is completed behind the line of scrimmage, but the block just beyond the line of scrimmage is okay.
It is. So on like a screen play, if the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, everybody can run downfield and block. I mean, the linemen, receivers, everybody. If the ball's beyond the line of scrimmage, now it's illegal man downfield, blocking downfield. So they did a nice job. It was right on the line of scrimmage, but it's legal. We did it a couple times earlier in the game. We did it with Andrew Henry, the one that we saw coming down the sideline. So everybody does it. It's an offensive game. They're going to give them those breaks. So it is what it is.
And how far beyond the line of scrimmage do they have?
It's on or behind, but they'll give them a full yard beyond the line of scrimmage.
And those blockers can make their block 2-3 yards downfield?
As far as they want downfield. You can run and crack the free safety as long as the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so there you go. The Lobos 42-21, a win over Hawai'i. And what was that locker room like, Coach?
Awesome. I mean, it is so hard to win football games. And if you watch the playoffs right now, you see them close the series, the celebrations they're having there. Every locker room in America is just like that after you win a game because it's so hard to win and you only have so many few opportunities. So they were dancing, they were throwing water around. We had a whole bunch of fun, and I'm glad they did.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back on the other side, we'll wrap up the Lobo win over Hawai'i, get you set for New Mexico's trip to Reno to take on Nevada. We're back to wrap up another edition of your Lobo Coaches Show, a winning edition. 42-21 over Hawai'i on homecoming at University Stadium. And Coach G, some final takeaways from a pretty impressive victory by your boys.
Key word, takeaways. We took the ball away and we didn't give it to them. Those 4 turnovers were huge. Offense did a great job. We came out in the second half and set the tone. Played good for 60 minutes. I thought Team 125 can be a good football team if we can play for 60 minutes, and we did Saturday.
The Lobos safety, one of the best Lobos on defense, Tavian Combs, not available for this one. Getting him healthy. Any chance he might play in Reno?
We'll know towards the end of the week. I mean, he'll battle. He'll do everything he can in the training room to get himself ready. Derek Moore stepped up this week. He did a nice job. We missed Cy Riley. Hopefully he'll be back. Alec is battled week to week with that knee. He'll do the same thing and be ready to go. So we got a bunch of tough guys, and they'll do everything they can to get to the field on Saturday.
Well, you mentioned a couple of linebackers there, and with Ray Leotele's issue with his foot, and now Mahala Santareneos having to set out a half because of the targeting, a little thin at that spot.
We are, but we got some young guys like Jayshawn Lowry, who played really well and really hard on Saturday. Tate Zimmerman, who hopefully he'll be back Saturday. Jaden Wilson. We've got some young guys that have stepped up. They're playing good minutes. Dimitri Johnson's been a rock star. Alec Marenko's been a rock star. So if we can keep those guys playing hard, we'll be all right.
All right. So the Lobos go to Reno. They take on a Nevada Wolfpack team that was desperate for a W, and they got it 6-0 over San Diego State.
You know, I'm really happy for Coach Wilson and his team to. I mean, we talked about some of those streaks around here. We ended the Mountain West streak, the home losing, all that nonsense. They don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. We're not worrying about that stuff anymore. So it's two teams that are going to go, that have a little bit of confidence, that are going to go try and beat each other up.
Late night in the Pacific time zone.
It is 7:30 start there, 8:30 here in Albuquerque. But you know what? We're going to play whenever they put the ball out there.
Coach, to you one last congratulations, and we look forward to the game in Reno.
Appreciate it.
All right. For Frank Mercogliano and Chase Christensen and head football coach at New Mexico, Danny Gonzales, I'm Robert Portman. Till next time, so long everybody, and go Lobos.